The Canadian Centre for Unmanned Vehicles, Sterling Cripps, was looking for a place that had a good aerodrome with sparse population around it to use for the unmanned air systems, and we fit the bill. He came out and met us out here and looked over the facility, and that's kind of how it got to start.
One of the things, I guess, is that the application of unmanned vehicles has been mostly military and defense, and everyone can see that that's gradually changing to a civilian or commercial application. And of course, it's pretty difficult with the training that they were doing and the development and technical applications to do commercial use on a restricted space like Suffield, where it's all been done for many, many years. And so I think that was what drove the need to try and find something where companies could actually, on a commercial basis, come and do their testing and training and development.
Well, one of the issues, of course, with unmanned systems, unmanned air systems in particular, is safety, and to be able to fly these systems experimentally to prove them out, you need a place where you have pretty sterile ground space underneath the airspace, and so that's the reason that this area was selected. The population density is really low down here. It's pretty flat terrain, as you can see, so that's also desirable. The tree cover is low. That's helpful for a number of reasons too when you're experimenting with unmanned air systems. And so and the weather, I guess, 300 visual flight rule days of good flying weather a year down here, so that's another great reason to be here. We have is one building here that we use to run operations out of if they're a bigger nature, bigger systems that need that kind of support. We have, internet, telephone access, those kinds of things to be able to run out of that building. We will soon have a hangar here that we'll a soft-sided hangar to start with, but we'll have a hangar here so we can house bigger systems if need be, but it'll also have some electronic space, clean room where we can do systems development and repair if that's necessary. We are getting more and more interest all the time. We've already flown here in the past with a number of different companies, but that was before the airspace was in place. The purpose of the airspace now is to be able to it's primarily aimed at the beyond visual line of sight applications. And so there's not a lot of people in that space now. We've seen lots of growth in the smaller systems that fly within visual line of sight. So there are lots of companies that are starting and have been running now for 2 or 3 or more years that work in that space. Not a lot doing the beyond visual yet. So that'll be, just because of technological limitations, that's a little bit behind. But we are seeing that, and we expect that to ramp up over the next 3 to 5 years.
Well, as leaders of the community, we're hoping that this type of facility would add to our economic growth. It would add to the personnel that would be out here and using the facilities foremost, staying in foremost. That's one of the big major drivers for us as in rural Alberta. There's only so many industries that you can attract, and this is right up our alley. We have big open spaces, and so that was kind of the big major driver for us. I guess what we have had the opportunity to learn more about all of the systems that there are out there, so we don't have any of the stigma that a lot of people may have about when they hear the word drone or unmanned air system or something. So I guess we're probably in the mindset now that we can see all the potential where this can go and see the good points about it, whereas most people, when they first hear about it, they just first think of all the things that might be negative about it.
The applications are limitless, and they're all viable. It's not a toy anymore. It can improve so many different businesses and so many companies, and improve security. It can, whether it's search and rescue. It's like I said, it's limitless.